Goalkeepers: Jordan Pickford, Aaron Ramsdale, and Nick Pope. Is there any surprises there?
No surprises there for me.
Yeah, no
I'm happy
surprises.
that Dean Henderson didn't get picked, man. That bozo, bro.
All that smack he's talking, yeah.
Yeah, man. All that smack conceding shots like a drunken barman, and now no selection for England. Yeah, man. Chill on Nottingham, you bastard. Yeah, man. I'm happy, man. Man said, I don't want the manager to see me. He might pick me. Yeah, they saw you, didn't pick you. Still, waste, man.
Yeah, so I think all three deserved. No surprises. And I guess, yeah.
Who do you think the number one should be?
Pickford, 100%.
Not Pope.
No, for what? For how long? He hasn't. Last time he played was what game was it? Italy game, and he didn't do well.
True.
Yeah, Pickford's the number one, and he hasn't done anything to relinquish that, so he should remain number one.
What about Ramsdale? Not rating him.
No, he's not. He's not England number one in my opinion.
Yeah,
he's not ready. He's not ready for that. Pickford has been good for a few years now.
Cool. I hear you. There's the defenders. We've got Kieran Trippier, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Kyle Walker, Benjamin White, Harold Maguire, Jonathan Stones,
full names,
Eric Dyer, Connor Cody, and Luke Shaw.
Now, lads, are we really surprised? I'm not surprised at any of them. Disappointed is a different answer. I mean, different question. But I'm not surprised at any of them.
Well, I reckon Trent should thank his lucky stars that, unfortunately not for him, but unfortunately for Reece James, that he got injured. Because if he was fit, I don't think Trent's going to walk up.
Interesting, because you know how Southgate rates Trippier highly. He definitely rates Trippier highly. Yeah. And Reece James, I think he's most people's choice as the number one right back. So yeah, that's definitely a possibility of him not going if James was still fit.
But is there anyone they thought should have been picked?
Well, I've been saying Dan Burn. I think Dan Burn's one of England's best centre backs. I think I would have him over Connor Cody. I think he's better than Harry Maguire as well. I think he's better than Eric Dyer. So I would have put Dan Burn in. Also, Aaron Webster as well.
Aaron Webster
for Brighton.
I don't know about that one.
It's a bit for World Cup. I think maybe like pre-World Cup squads to test him out, but for the World Cup,
yeah, that's the. I would have been playing him just to test him in the pre-match games. I say Aaron Webster because he's a great ball-playing centre-back. England, they've kind of changed their style to facilitate playing from the back, and he's one of the best in the country, in my eyes, at doing that. Defensively, I don't see Harry Maguire any like levels above him. I think at worst they're at the same level. And if you add Aaron Webster's ball playing ability on top, he's better than Maguire in my eyes. So that's why I say Webster. Tomori, I think he should have been in the squad as well. I think he's better than Dyer. I think he's better than Connor Cody as well. I don't think either of those two defenders can do what he's doing at AC Milan right now.
I think with him, yeah, his omission for me is not as catastrophic for me as Dan Burn. I think Tomori really let himself down against Chelsea. Those two performances were kind of like the killing blows for him because all eyes were on him. He's playing against his former club. Everyone was watching him. Got sent off and had a shocker. And it was sad. I think that was the nail in his coffin.
Yeah, people are saying that, but it's like Harry Maguire. If
Yeah,
Harry,
it doesn't add up.
if Tomori let himself down over 2 games, Harry Maguire has been letting himself down for a season and a half.
But then every time but then if you see Harry Maguire in his defense, when he plays for England, he's always better. When he played for United under Ollie, he was shocking. But when he went away for England, he played well. Remember when he was away for England, he scored and he was cupping his ears at the fans. He played well that game, and he tried to run his mouth on Twitter. And he's been a stalwart of all of Southgate's teams, and he's played well for them. Apart from that game against Germany, generally speaking, the guy's been good for England. So as much as I'm not a big fan of his, when he's been called up for England, he's done a job. Because apart from the Germany game recently where he had a shocker, is there the time we can think, rah, it's Maguire's fault that England didn't do A, B, C?
No, I think he's done okay. It definitely helps having that protection in terms of 3 centre backs, Rice Henderson or Rice Phillips. He has had a lot of protection around him, which has helped him.
Yeah.
It's kind of made him look good, I would say.
I don't have a major issue with picking Maguire. I think there's 2 points there. If you pick this, the squad is one. The second point is who actually starts the games. He's actually going to play the game. So if Maguire's starting, that's a major issue. Is Maguire one of, let's say, for example, the top 10 or top 6 or 7 best centre backs in England? I think he is. Well, English rather. So if he doesn't start, I don't think he should start. But if he's in the squad, I'm not mad at it. But what I don't see is Connor Cody in the squad. I don't think he should be taken. I feel those kind of people are just what we've always been doing in England squads from years in the past, and that's really helped. And I thought we should give the best players the opportunities. And Connor Cody isn't a top player. He isn't in the
But
kind
what
of
about
bar.
the intangibles that he brings, like the leadership, the vibes? He's a good guy. He's a good lad.
But let's be honest here, lads. In a tournament football where he probably isn't going to play, but everyone knows him, there's no one new to learn, no one new to meet. He's really settled in with the whole camp. That might be some qualities to consider. Because is he really going to start a game? Let's be real, he's not. So maybe that's
it's possible. If England play 3 centre backs, there's every
He
possibility.
could start because you could have him, Maguire, and maybe Stones to playing through at the back. Very slow, but
it's a possibility. But is it likely for him to start? He's only going to start in if 2 or 3 injuries happen, in my opinion.
But then say they play because Walker is still injured, so he's probably not starting the first game. And Southgate likes to go 5 at the back, play the back 3 to wing backs. So if you've got a back 3, Maguire is a shoe-in. So who are the other 2? Stones, Eric Dier?
Yeah, them 3 will
Cody.
play. I think Ben White should be in there, but we don't know. We don't know who's gonna, because Ben White hasn't been picked the last couple of team squads, so we just don't know. But for me, Connor Cody shouldn't be there, but I kind of do see why he is there because he's really settled into the group.
All right. And then left back, we got Luke Shaw as well.
Isn't he the only left back?
Recognized. Yeah, only left back.
Yeah, I can see Southgate playing Trippier on the left too.
Yeah, because the first game of
Euro 2020
played Trippier left back.
Yeah.
But then say with Trippier, if you're playing in left back, you lose a lot of what he brings to the team with technical ability and everything because he's not really a left-sided player.
No, but he's got those set pieces.
Yeah, could do a job for you.
You can whip a good ball in.
Yeah. But so far, do you think is it a catastrophe like the team, the defense and the goalkeepers that he selected so far? Because online people are like, I can't believe he didn't pick Mark Gay. And I've watched Palace a lot. I don't think he's been that great.
No, I don't think he should be in the squad. There's no space for him in the squad in my eyes.
No.
the overall selection is not a catastrophe, but it could be much better. If a foreign manager was managing England, the selection in terms of the defense will be totally different because they'll be picking ball-playing centre-backs. It will look totally different to how Southgate's picked it. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but
for
we'll
England,
see.
who's really a ball playing? Because Maguire, you can say, is a bit of a ball playing centre back. Apart from him, Tamori, is he really ball playing? Mark Gay, is he really ball playing?
No, Tamori more than Mark Guehi, in my opinion.
Tamori more. Aaron Webster, like I said, Max Kilman as well.
Yeah, Kilman,
former England futsal international, so you know you can play ball.
And Kilman's left-footed too, so he can play on the left centre back.
He can play on the ball, and like I said, defensively, I don't see Maguire as levels above a Max Kilman. I don't see him as much better. So I think another manager would prefer him to Harry Maguire.
But I don't think we should focus on Harry Maguire as such, because it's more of people like, at least he has some pedigree. It's people like Connor Cody.
Yeah.
He's done nothing. Yeah. And hasn't played at any top level. Who we should be focusing on. And even to an extent, Eric Dyer, in my opinion. No, White at least he plays for a top side. So
White can play on the balls. Yeah, White is a good ball playing centre back.
And White plays top level football where you're always on the halfway line. You're going to defend high, and you're going to have to be tracking back bare. You can't be outpaced by anybody. Whereas Connor Cody plays deep block, low block football. Maybe that's why he's been picked then. He plays deep, low block football for his career. And he knows how to head things out the box and not run.
To be honest, I think I rate Tarkowski over Cody. I think James Tarkowski is better than Connor Cody. But like you said, I think his attitude, the vibe that he brings to the squad is the reason why he's there.
With Tarkowski, I was listening to what's that old England manager's name? The one from Croydon.
Roy Hodgson.
Yeah, Roy. And he was saying, and made a good point. He's like, Tarkowski, you know Maguire's going to start. If you play like two at the back, Tarkowski and Maguire are quite similar. Cody and Stones are quite similar. So in Cody, you've got the Stones cover.
Yeah.
And in Tarkowski would be a Maguire cover. But if you pick him and you drop Cody, then it's like if you're going to start two similar pedigree players, then you're going to have a lot of issues because they're both similar players.
Yeah, makes sense.
So I was like, okay, yeah, that was a point that I took from that. I was like, okay, that makes sense. But yeah, that's the defense, the midfield. Interesting. We've got Basmati Rice. We've got Jude Bellingham, Calvin Phillips. Jesus Christ.
Who? Who's that?
Jordan Henderson, Conor Gallagher.
The model,
you're struggling to see
Conor Gallagher. I need to bring the English out, man. Conor Gallagher and Mason Mount, the great Mount of Zion. Mason Mount. My Lord.
Can someone tell me who Calvin Phillips is? Who is that? I ain't seen him for like about a year now.
Yeah, apparently some guy that Man City signed. I don't know.
I ain't seen him all year.
50 million, that guy. Was it 45 mil?
Around that. It's around
that. Something like that. But the midfield, in my eyes, is England's weakest area. They haven't got much depth there, much quality, in my opinion. I think most people have the same two people starting in that midfield, Rice and Bellingham. In terms of Calvin Phillips being in the team, if not him, who else? James Ward-Prowse.
But then you pick Ward-Prowse over with Ward-Prowse. I think it was between him and Gallagher for that selection. Phillips is always going to go because you need that DM cover. But then, if you heard Southgate speak earlier, sounds like he's trying to play like a two in the middle of us two DMs, maybe like a Phillips and a Rice. And then you're probably gonna have like your Bellingham trying to create, and that's gonna be a problem.
I don't think Bellingham should be in a position of a creative midfielder for England. I don't think that's productive. I think he should be in a double. Well, yeah, I think he should be in a double pivot with Declan Rice. I think that's the best way for England to move. But yeah, midfield, like I said, England's weakest area. I can't really have much complaints. Or Henderson as well. If not Henderson, who else? There's no one else I can think of that's not in the England squad.
What's difficult is that there's not many players who have played at the highest level and been consistent to a level at the highest level. Everybody else is just kind of based off potential and maybe and ifs. Can they really do it? Like I was just thinking of Jacob Ramsey. He's a good player, he's a nice player, but he hasn't played at the highest level ever in his career. So you can't trust him. And that group, let's be honest, it's not the most technical, but it's certainly very physical, very they can get about. They could do a bit
Industrious.
of everything. And very industrious. They could do a bit of everything, which is, I would say, a plus. And I feel English lead into that. And comparing it to other midfields I've seen, I haven't seen a midfield that's way better than that so far. I haven't really. Even you look at France, look at even Brazil's midfield. It's not way better than that. So, if you could probably rank this in the top 5 midfields in the world right now.
It's crazy. Well, yeah. In terms of the starting,
so even France's midfield is not. It's okay.
Because if you pick a starting three, say you're playing a 3 in the middle, yeah, and you got Rice and Jude as a double pivot, and then this is a spoiler, but and then you might have like a Madison. That's a good 3.
It's a good 3, industrious, a little bit of creativity with Madison. Yeah, but I don't know if they can control. They can't control midfield. I don't see them doing that.
I mean, they can certainly battle because Bellingham is a good passer, good ball carrier. You got Rice, and then you got that creativity, like you said with Madison.
But in terms of controlling midfields at the highest level of the game, I don't see.
But if you think about it, the only midfield I see that would probably outdo England right now is probably Germany's one.
Yeah, they have the best midfield in the world right now.
Yeah, their midfield starting 3, Kimmich, Musiala, and Gundogan. That's the only 3 that that's the only.
Not Goretzka.
Over who?
Over Musiala, and then put Musiala in one of the attacking positions because Germany's attacking is
so cold, man. Musiala in the cam, reckless.
But also, that's the thing. We've taken so many defenders. It probably in considering the fact that we're not going to dominate all the ball anyway. So you're going to give up possession against Germany, France, for example, Brazil, and lean into your defensive sides. Whereas you're going to just have maybe play 5 at the back, 2 midfield, give up the midfield, but you're going to be hard and tight to defend against. So, I mean, it makes sense. We're not going to play. I didn't see us playing 3 midfields. I see us only playing 2.
Then it's going to be Bellingham and Rice.
Yeah, Bellingham and
maybe
Rice.
Phillips and Rice.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Now, Phillips should not touch the field ahead of Rice or Bellingham. That's the question.
So with Rice, I mean, for Phillips, is he injured or not? Because he hasn't been playing.
He's injured, but he's back. He played last night.
Oh, okay.
Did he play?
He played last night, yeah.
For how long?
I didn't know. I didn't watch the game, but I know that he played.
Okay.
Because they asked Southgate in his interview, and he was like, "Oh yeah, like he played last night, and like he can start games, but he can't play full 90 for all 7 games if they were to go that far."
He came on in the 50th minute, so he played like 40 minutes.
Yeah, so he's back.
But I want to say, what's the point? I want to say that, but
the thing is, who else you put in there?
It's what I'm saying. If it's only 20 minutes per game, I see it then. I see it. We come in to shore things up.
Yeah. And what do you think about Mount as well? Because him and Gallagher are good runners.
Yeah, Mount is on a scale of, if you can compare all players across the world, Mount is a good player. Mount just isn't elite for me, but he's nonetheless a good player. Has good attributes, all rounder, and he's got a goal in him. Let's be real, he's got a goal in him.
Yeah.
So I'm not too mad at Mount. Gallagher,
But Gallagher, he's a Southgate player, man, because he's industrious. You know he's going to run. He's going to give you that energy. Imagine like in the last 20 minutes, you need to hold on to a goal or something, or you need to create something.
No, not Gallagher.
Gallagher, he's running.
No.
Or you wanna run. You wanna have extra legs in midfield. You wouldn't play Gallagher.
I'll play Mount ahead of him if I need that.
Mount will probably be already on the pitch here, and you got Gallagher as well. Them two can run.
But that's the thing. It's like what English midfielders. We know they can run.
That's what I'm saying. No, but
from way back until now, they've had midfielders that can run. Engine room, they can do a bit of everything, and they haven't won anything. That's what I'm saying. A shift needs to be made in terms of how we think about English midfielders or how midfielders should be. Because we tried and tried with these all-around midfield, and it hasn't worked.
Who do you pick instead? Because Ward-Prowse hasn't been good this season.
No, this is so. Go on.
No.
This is it. This is the thing, though. If you play 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1, you could put 7 creators potentially, or 5 creators at least on the pitch. If you play 3-5, if you play 5 at the back, 2 midfield, and 3 up top, so 3-4-3, you're putting more defenders on the pitch. So this depends where you want to lean into. Because imagine you can get in a team of 4-3-3, Foden, Maddison, Grealish, Sterling, and Kane. That's a lot of tech and flair. As opposed to now having John Stones, Maguire, I don't know, Eric Dyer, Luke Shaw. That's half the team there already.
Yeah.
You know he's going to try to put Saka on the left.
I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised. So it's not that we don't have flary players. England do have flary players. It's just that Southgate chooses to be more defensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the midfield, really.
Yeah.
And then the forwards. This was a bit controversial. So you got England captain Harold Kane. You've got Oluwa Rashidi, Marcus Rashidi Rashford. I can't believe that guy made it. Rashidi Rashford. You got Raheem Shillings. You got Bukayo Saka, Starboy. You got Philippe Foden. You got Jack Grealish. You got James Maddison. And the last controversial one was Callum Wilson.
My boy made it.
Ivan Toney should be upset, man.
Yeah. He hasn't done enough in the last 6 weeks. Ivan Toney for me. Do you guys agree?
He's done enough, man.
I think his overall play warrants him being in the squad. I think he's one of England's best strikers. Apart from Harry Kane, he's arguably number 2.
I hear what you're saying, but I feel Callum Wilson is more of a goal threat in terms of poaching and being inside the box. Whereas Toney, all-round game is better. And then the scenario, you have to also think about what scenario would these players get in the team? What scenario are they playing in? Callum Wilson isn't going to start games. So he's just going to come on and try to get a goal. Whereas maybe a Toney's all-round play could aid that. But I feel Callum Wilson's better at goal scoring than Ivan Toney. But I saw a point on Twitter today is that Ivan Toney is probably England's best English penalty taker in the league. He hasn't missed a penalty. So in the case there's a penalty shootout, he would have been great to take.
Yeah, he would have been. Yeah, to be honest, I would have liked to have seen, maybe it's a bit much, but I would have liked to have seen all 3 go. Harry Kane, Ivan Tony and Callum Wilson. I would love to have seen all three go.
So who
In
would you
terms,
drop?
You'd have to drop either Sterling or Rashford.
to be honest, I'll drop. I would have drawn someone from the midfield.
One of the defenders,
Yeah,
Connor
I would have
Cody.
dropped. Yeah, like Connor Cody or someone, and then put Tony in.
But then if you got three strikers, one of them's going to be chopping bench all the time because Kane's starting. And if you take off Kane, you can only bring one of the two.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, I think in the World Cup, there's going to be situations where you need to change the game, and defenders rarely change the game. It's the strikers, it's the people that are looking to get goals that change the game. So that's why I would have more attacking options. Then the defense, you want the defense solid, you want it the same throughout, ideally. Is where you want to make a change where you need a goal or something, it's in the attacking area. So I would want as much attacking variety and talent as possible.
I would have dropped Conor Gallagher. I took Harvey Barnes. I think Harvey Barnes is one of the best wingers in the league, regardless of nationality, especially on that left wing. I feel like he's the only person on the outside of Sterling. He's on the left hand side. He's the one that can beat players for fun.
Yeah.
So I feel
I don't
Harvey
think Sterling
Barnes.
can do that anymore.
I still have hope for Sterling because remember last season he didn't do well for Man City or last year, and that same summer he was England's best player, so that could still happen this year. But I would have taken Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes is a top player, but again, he's got Southgate's got his favourites.
But then I don't think with that one, I don't think it's more favouritism because the left side is too heavy. You got Rashidi, you got Saka, you got Sterling, and then you're adding Barnes as well. That's four players that play on the left, or are all predominantly better off on the left. And then you're going to sacrifice a midfielder to add another person to the left.
Yeah,
Rashidi on the left isn't good. Sterling isn't good. Saka is okay on the right. No, I meant on the right, Sterling's not good. Rashidi isn't good. Saka, he's okay on the right. Plays there for Arsenal. But then Harvey Barnes, I haven't seen him play on the right.
No, he can't.
So if you took him, you've got four left-sided players now. And then you're going to lose a midfielder to then bring in another left-sided player. Midfield would be short.
I would, just in case we need to go chase a game. I don't feel Conor Gallagher's the one to go chase a game. I feel if they had to, Harvey Barnes has more of that capability than Conor Gallagher.
But if I wanted to chase a game, I'd probably bring on Rashidi. As much as I don't rate him, he's got a goal in him. Just as fast as Barnes.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. That's the thing with these World Cup squads. You can't get too much into the squad. It's more about the first, let's say, 15 players who are going to play out of 26-man squad. So it's the 15 that are really going to count.
Yeah.
Because I think like a third of the squad won't even see pitch. So
people crying about Tammy, saying Tammy should have been in the squad. I would not have put him anywhere near that squad.
No. Harvey Barnes, yeah. Tammy Abraham, no.
Because Tammy's got 3 goals in the league.
Yeah, it hasn't been good. Even last season, he wasn't that good for Roma. He was good.
No, he was good in spurts.
Good in spurts. At the start, he was good. But he fizzled out.
I don't rate him. I've never rated Tammy. I wouldn't have taken him. So yeah, I don't think he should be too upset because he ain't that good, to be honest.
Yeah, I would say
Tony.
Yeah, I must say Ivan Tony's better than him, and they're similar ages too.